everybody. Welcome to the Evening Reader. My name is Priscilla, and I'm here today to do another tag video. Oh, I am on vacation, so I'm really happy that I happened to get tagged in several different tags. I got tagged in tags? What does that mean? I got tagged by several people to do these videos, so it's great because it was sort of, I'm such a slow reader and I'm like, what kind of content am I going to put out there while I'm away? Well, tags, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I got tagged by Angelia at Reads and Rereads to do another random questions book tag, and this is a really fun tag. And I'm really excited that she tagged me for this. Although while I was watching her video, if you haven't watched Angelia at Reads and Rereads, I put her link down below. She's great. Of course, I think she's great because we have so much in common. We have like very similar tastes. They kind of like not exact, but like just close enough, as she says the same. And we have like, you know, music and books, and you know, we're also both kind of like vegan vegetarian, and she's in Texas and I'm from Texas, and her husband went to school or is from where I went to school, and yeah, just crazy, cool, crazy coincidences. Anyway, I was laughing because I was like, half of your answers are just so close to my answers. So she said that I could lip sync her answers if I wanted to, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I can get this going. So the tag was created by James Holder 13. I will also link the video down below for that as well, for the original tag. And without further ado, I will get started because this is a long one. Okay, what is a book you don't want to admit you hate or dislike? I don't think that this was Angelia's answer. I'm not really afraid to admit that I hate or dislike anything. I guess I could be really general and say I never want to say that I hate or dislike somebody else's favorite book. Just because I just always hate that when someone's like, "Oh, you like that book?" "Oh, I don't like that book." Just, you know, I try not to. I'm sure that I have, though. I'm sure that I've done that to somebody, but I can't really think of anything that I would don't want to admit that I hate. Like, I don't like Thomas Pynchon. I don't like Jonathan Franzen. I'm not afraid to admit either one of those things. So, I mean, there you go. Are there authors whose work you haven't gotten on with that you want to revisit? Oh, are there authors whose work you haven't got? Okay, this one, I'm gonna say Chekhov. I'm gonna say Chekhov because, you know, I love short stories, and like Alice Munro is one of my favorite writers, and she says that her favorite writer is Chekhov. And there have been other writers that I love, and they say their favorite writer is Chekhov. And I just don't get it. I mean, I've tried. The closest I came to really kind of getting Chekhov was reading George Saunders' A Swim in a Pond in the Rain. And I was like, oh, okay, I got this. And no, I don't got this. I got out 40 stories, and I'm still not there. And it's not that I dislike his stories. I just feel like there's something fundamental I'm not getting. So I guess that's one you could say I haven't gotten on with, as in it's not that I dislike them, it's that I feel like I'm just not getting it. And one thing was funny when I was looking at the reviews for A Swim in the Pond in the Rain, the author Janet Fitch had actually written a review of that on Goodreads, and she said she wrote White Oleander and Paint It Black, and she's written several other books. And she said, this finally helped me understand Chekhov. And I was like, she's a very literate literary writer. And if she's not getting it, okay, I feel a little bit better. Okay. Is your TBR outlined or pantsed? My TBR is totally pantsed. 1000% pantsed, although I am outlining more since joining BookTube because I'm doing these events and I have to come up with books that I'm going to read, which means I have to pick some books off my Kindle, or I have to, or my shelf, or I have to go figure out what I'm going to buy. And for the most part, it's pretty flexible. I mean, I've been trying to kind of pick the books with the caveat that I may change my mind and read something else I already own, because I own way too many books that I need to read. But yeah, I'm definitely a pantser on that one. What is your favorite BookTube reading event? Oh, I don't have one yet. I don't know. I've only been on BookTube for a little over a month. Man, chill out. Chill out. I am looking forward to Nonfiction November. I think that one would be fun. And of course, then I'll get to November and I won't want to read nonfiction. And then I've always been interested in Victober because I've never gotten deep into the Victorians. I had to read Dickens for classes, and that was it. That's it. That's me and the Victorians, is whatever I read of Dickens, because Austen is technically not really Victorian. She's kind of more 18th century. That's like a literary scholar thing. And yeah, I guess Edith Wharton, is she considered Victorian? She's too late. She's too late for that. Henry James, I guess I read a little Henry James, but also in school. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. Maybe some Hardy. I'm thinking maybe a little bit of Hardy. Anyway, all right. How many works does it take to decide if you like or dislike an author's work? Wow, that's a tough one. If I read something by an author and I don't like it, there's a lot of books to read out there. I would have to have a really trusted recommendation for me to try a second book. I'm not big on second chances because there's too much to read. If it's an author that I have liked and then they write a dud, okay, I'm going to read your next book. I'm definitely going to read your next book. And then if that's dead, maybe another one, but it depends. I mean, one writer that has been really up and down for me is Anne Patchett. I just think she's just always been very uneven to me. Like, her novels State of Wonder and Commonwealth, and of course Bel Canto, I think are wonderful. I even loved her debut novel, Patron Saint of Liars. But man, The Magician's Assistant, no. Run, no. Taft, not that great. And I'm sorry, The Dutch House. No. I hated that book. I thought it was a terrible book. No. So yeah, I guess that answers that. And see, not shy to say I don't like something. Which of the 7 deadly sins do you experience the most? Oh gosh, well, okay, Angelia said gluttony, and I guess I'm gonna say the same thing because I like to eat. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm not coveting any neighbors anything. Haven't murdered anybody lately. I went to Catholic school. You'd think I would know what the 7 deadly sins are, but I'm like, what are they? I don't know. Let's see. Which of the Olympian gods is your favorite? Athena. I like Athena, I guess. Or is it Athena that I like? Zeus. Zeus is all powerful. He's a jerk though. I don't know. Okay. Um, what is your go-to special event meal? Anything Tex-Mex. Anything Tex-Mex. Um, that's probably my very favorite. Yeah. So that's my go-to. Like we're going to the States. I'm going to eat all the Tex-Mex, all I can get, everywhere, everything. So, um, yeah, what else? Yeah, that's definitely that's my go-to. I do like Italian food also, so but that's not special. I eat that all the time. So, do you attend local celebrations, fairs, festivals, markets, etc.? Well, yeah, we do. We do. When we first moved here, especially, so Amsterdam has several like citywide huge events. One is King's Day, which is actually coming up at the end of the month. It's a citywide market and party. Everybody is off for the day. Everybody is out. You walk down the streets. It's sort of like a giant garage sale. Everybody is selling their stuff. There's progressive parties. There's like last year, my neighbor two doors down had a DJ. There was a huge music and dancing, and people are selling drinks and food, and it's crazy. It's totally crazy. And so you kind of have to go to it. The other huge event here in Amsterdam is Pride. Amsterdam Pride is huge, and it is always the first Saturday in August. And it's an absolute citywide event again. People, uh, it's like a family event here, so that's really interesting. And there's a huge canal parade where it's all these wonderful boats and just all decorated, just huge support for the whole LGBTQIA everything. It's a fantastic experience. We also go to local markets, like there's weekend markets, there's the Westermarkt, which is a wonderful market. But there are markets all over the city. There's the Albert Cuyp Mark. Um, there's yeah, they've got food and like clothes, and they've got just flowers and just everything that you can think of that you would ever want. So we do a fair amount of walking through the markets. That was something that we really missed during COVID. So we're trying to get back into going out to the markets, but because we kind of kept avoiding them just because of close quarters for a while, but we're starting to get back out, so that's kind of cool. Do you prefer the city, suburbs, small towns, or the country? The city. And it's nice here because Amsterdam is a city, but it feels very much like a small town because it's so walkable. We're very, very lucky to be living in the center. Even if you live further out, the public transportation is really good. And then, of course, if you have a bicycle, then you can ride your bike pretty much anywhere. Although the bike traffic's relatively heavy, especially during rush hours and on weekends. Um, Suburbs. I've lived in the suburbs. It's fine. I guess. Technically, when I lived in Atlanta, I lived what they called ITP, which is inside the perimeter, um, and but still, it was kind of felt suburban, I guess. But it was sort of just crazy during the week, but nice and quiet on the weekends. But in Atlanta, you just can't walk anywhere, and you have to get in your car. And then if you can get in your car, then God help you. Um, Small towns, I like college towns. I loved living where I went to college. I lived in Denton. I lived there for like 10 years. I loved it. Denton was a wonderful town, but I don't think it's so small anymore. But yeah, I think if there's a university or a college in a small town, it makes it much cooler. There's usually better restaurants, there's stuff to do, it has a better library. It's just it just brings something extra to a town. Um, Otherwise, yes, just they can be a little. At least if you live in the South, some small towns can be scary. Some can be very charming. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's true everywhere. And the country, yeah, no, I would not make it in the country. It's nice to go out to the country like for a vacation, and I love to hike and camp and backpack and all that, but I would not want to live in the country. Are there any booktube videos you have a hard time making? Reviews? I've done 2 reviews and they're too long. They're way too long, and I need to figure out how to make them shorter so that people will actually maybe watch them all the way through. Because what's the point of talking about a book if people aren't going to watch that? So I think those are kind of hard to do. Yeah, I think that's probably the hardest thing. I guess I would say hauls just because I don't haul much. Uh, Otherwise, I'll just get on here and talk, do some tag videos. But I can find pretty much anything to talk about. Let's see. Are you interested in local history? Yes, I am very interested in local history. And I'm going to confess, when we first got here, I was going around to a lot of the museums. The Amsterdam City Museum is wonderful. There is the Gracht Museum, which is right around the corner from where I live, which is the Canal Museum, and it shows the way the houses were built, how the canals were built, how the houses were built, and that kind of thing. I have done many tours of the city, but I still need to learn. I've learned quite a bit, but there's so much more to learn about Dutch culture and Dutch history. And I really want to read Russell Shorto's Amsterdam. I can't believe I live here and I still have not read it. And then I also have a book by Ben Coates that's called Why the Dutch Are Different, which my husband gave me several years ago for Christmas, and I need to read that as well. And also I have to know some local history a little bit, I think, because I have, exams to take and things to have my citizenship. So let's see. What subjects were your favorite in school? Well, English. English was my favorite subject. English and I liked drama, and I liked art, and I liked history. It's when I was in high school. And then when I got into college, I also still liked English because obviously I was an English major, and I got a master's in English, and I started a PhD in English. And then I did courses in technical writing when I realized I wasn't going to do my PhD, and I loved my technical writing classes. I loved being a technical writer. That was a great job. I really did enjoy that. But when I got to college, though, I was not good, or didn't think I was good at math or anything like that when I was in high school. And when I got to college, I learned too late that I really, really liked math. And, that may have changed things for me if I had realized it earlier, but, that's neither here nor there, I guess. So, yeah, those were my favorite subjects. If you could go back in time and change one thing in your life, what would it be? Oh, gosh. I wish that I got to travel earlier, and I think, maybe I don't know if I would have become an expat even earlier than I did, because it's nice. I like Europe. It's very nice, but I don't know if I would have done that. But I think one thing for sure is I maybe would go back and change what I did, because even though I did love being a technical writer, I think I really would have liked to be a librarian, like an archivist, or like an archivist or a conservator, or like a rare book librarian. I think I would really like to do one of those things. So, and I also loved art history, so maybe something that combined art history and library science. I think that I would go back and I would do that. It's tough. And I say that now because it's hindsight's 2020, right? Like, I know, like, now I'm a marketing writer, and it's fine, but you know, it's not a passion. It's definitely not a passion. And even though I love writing on the side, I think that I just, yeah, there's just other things that I wish I'd done. But, you know, that sounds very attractive. Maybe the other thing would be if I'd known about math and computer science earlier, I would have been interested in that and doing like building games or something that would also involve story. But, you know, that's just such a shoulda, woulda, coulda, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you do that. Are there any childhood entertainments that you still engage in? Well, I got a whole channel built around it. Reading. I was an indoorsy, bookish, quiet kid. I liked ballet dancing, and I liked ballet dancing. I liked ballet, and I liked roller skating. I don't do that anymore. I think I'd be afraid to do that. Um, I like art. I like to color. I still sometimes do like adult coloring because it's very soothing and it's fun. I'm not very artistic. I do like to draw, but I'm not very good at it. So I really do like art. I like drawing and colors and you know, that kind of thing. Uh, that's something that I do enjoy. So yeah, I guess that's the primary one. Yeah, and so I guess now all that's left is to tag people. And this is another one that's been around for a while, so who do I tag? And I don't want to over tag people. So I tag whoever would like to do this video. I think this is a really fun one. And yeah, so if you have a channel, and especially if you're one of those newer channels and you know who you are, hey, Nikita, you do this. I'm tagging Nikita Segal. You do this. Yes, get on it. This is a good one. So there you go. I tagged somebody, and then I tag anybody else who would like to do this. And yeah. Oh, and Mandy. Mandy loves books. Mandy, you do this too. All right, so there, I tagged two people, and I will put their channels in the description box. And if you are watching this and you don't have a channel and you would like to answer any of these questions, I'd love to hear your answers down below in the comments. And yeah, or if we have anything in common, or you know, if you just want to say hi, please do say hi. And subscribe maybe if you haven't subscribed. I'd love for you to hang out with me and maybe give a like also. And yeah, and if not, that's okay. Booktube is a big place. So I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.